Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you my process for setting up a brand new bullet journal. I just finished my Scribbles That Matter bullet journal. It was a white bullet journal that I had been using since January of 2019. And about every 6 months or so, I need to start a new bullet journal. So for the months of July through December, I will be in this bullet journal. It is a blue Lloydstrom 1917. It is the red dots edition. And here is how I set it up. If you're interested in just looking at the finished product, I also put up a shorter video that just walks you through each of my spreads in my initial setup. So just to start off, here is the front page. As you can see, the writing is red in this version of the Lloydstrom, and that is found throughout the bullet journal. It has red binding, and it also has red dots and red numbers on the inside. So jumping right in, I am starting off by writing or drawing out 6 conventional calendar spreads. So kind of the usual calendar style spreads that you see in pre-printed planners. And this is how I forward plan. I generally set up the calendar boxes to be 6 boxes in width, or in length rather, and each box is 5 boxes in height, and each of the numbers are 2 boxes high and 6 boxes wide. The only tricky thing about setting up these types of calendars are reminding yourself to have that extra row on the very top so that you can write the days of the week. And so I generally try to use a pencil to sketch out where the boxes are going to be. That way I know that I'm not going to mess up when I start using the pen. After I'm done sketching out the next 6 months, I go ahead and make 6 columns for the following 6 months. So this is going to take me all the way through July of 2020, but since January, February, March of 2020 are pretty far away, I know that I'm probably going to have less items to document. So I have this as a way of capturing things that are way out in the future, and I just have a column rather than a full monthly calendar. Once I'm done drawing out all the lines, I go back to place all the stickers. These are stickers that I made myself using my foiling machine. I have a Mink. I purchased it from Amazon probably over a year ago at this point, and I really don't use it all that often, but one of the things that I like to use the foiling machine for is to make these foiled stickers for my calendars. So I am going to be using, or I did use, this royal blue for the month of July. July is my birth month, and pink and blue are my 2 favorite colors, and I particularly like this really rich royal blue, so that's the color that I have for July. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do this for every month that has this full-on calendar spread. Moving on to these columns, I am also putting in stickers that I created myself just for January through June, and I only do it because I like the consistency and the look of having pre-printed stickers for some of these initial spreads. I am also going to go in with the stickers that I purchased from Planning with Kay. She is both a YouTuber and an Etsy shop owner. I have so many of her stickers, and even though I haven't been purchasing many stickers this year, I do have a nice stash from her shop. I'll link her down below, but I had this yearly kit from, I think it was from last year, from 2018, that I didn't use for my setup. So I went ahead and used those stickers as headers for this spread. This is my routine spread, so it has every month of the year starting in July and ending in June of next year. And the reason I have this is because I am trying to document my routines, and things that happen irregularly go on that sheet. That way I don't have to remember what month I need to do my dentist appointment if it's every 6 months, or when I need to change the oil on my car if it's every 3 months. I just have like a master yearly plan. This gift ideas spread was nice and simple. I simply used a brush pen to write gift ideas across the top and put in some accent dots around the border of that page. In the following page, I put in a little header, quote the Raven, and used that brush pen to put a little line across the bottom of the page just for some decoration. Next up is a spread that I consider particularly important. It is a My Policies page, and all I did was go in with the same type of brush pen I have been using throughout this video, the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist brush pens, and I wrote a small header, My Policies. I decided that this was important enough for me to need 2 pages, so I used the same marker and I put dots across the top and the bottom of the page just for some consistency and again for some more decorations. Next, I want to list out things that I might want to see on Netflix, and I made a little mistake when I was writing out Netflix, so I decided just to color in all of the block letters, and it actually covered up my mistake very nicely. I'm not even sure you could see it on camera, but I went in and I filled in all of these letters, making a big mess on the opposite side of the page. And it was about that time to start bringing out some of my old sticker sheets. I used an old Fox and Pip sticker on top or next to the Netflix title, and then I searched through some of the samplers that I've had in my collection for quite some time to see if I could use them in any way. So I moved this quarter or this half box over to my gift ideas page, and I also kept moving around stickers that I had in my movies page, a page that I want to write down movies that I'm interested in seeing in the theater or renting, until they were positioned just right, and then I moved on to the next spread. In order to cover the bleed through that I had from the Netflix debacle in the previous page, I brought out some Simply Gilded washi in this beautiful navy blue with pink accents, and it has rose gold foiling, and I just put that washi tape over where the bleed through was, and I used this 2-sheet spread as my wish list. Next, I added 2 simple spreads, one on the left-hand side for my makeup shades. Sometimes when I'm out and about, I want to replace or replenish a makeup item, but I don't know exactly what color I am or what color I already own, so I've taken to documenting my current makeup collection so that I know what shade I'm in things like foundation or concealer. I tried to use the same pastel brush pen that I had been using in some of my other spreads, but the light blue was a little bit too light, so I had to go over that with a fine liner. But ultimately, I liked the effect that both of those pens had on that header. On the opposite side, I just did a quick coupon codes page, and I used a little, I think it was a Coffee Monsters Co. sticker, and since I was already in my sticker kits, I went ahead and added some additional decorative stickers to the makeup section. As you've seen throughout this video, there are times when I skip over pages, and that's because I know that it's going to take me a little bit of time to work through that setup. So I'd rather go through and do the pages that I know are going to be easy, things that potentially just require some brush lettering and I can get that done with pretty quickly. Then I go back and I do ones that are a little bit more labor intensive. So here I am drawing out a bookcase. This bookcase is very similar to the one that I had in my last bullet journal, and it actually is really easy to draw. I'll leave a link with some instructional videos in the description box below, but pretty generally I drew 6 boxes. They were about 12 boxes across and 7 boxes deep. I made them a little bit different. 2 of them were 12 by 8, one of them was 12 by 7, and one of them was 12 by 9. And then I just made 2 rows of identical boxes. So it's really just 6 boxes, and then 2 lines across the sides of those boxes and 2 lines at the top and the bottom. And then the only kind of semi-artistic thing that you have to do is connect the vertical and the horizontal border with a little bit of a curve to make it look like a bookcase. For the books, you just draw vertical lines with different widths to indicate how deep or how thick the spine of the book is. So I alternate between just 1 box wide, I could go up to 3 boxes wide, and then at the very top you just connect the horizontal boxes with a little curve, as I'll be showing you here. After skipping over 2 pages as a placeholder for some travel related content that I will go back and fill in, I wrote a title for this page called Vocabulary, and this is where I am going to write down new words that I come across as I read or go through life, and I want to either use more frequently or figure out what the word means. So I have a vocabulary page. I've had that for the past 2 or 3 bullet journals, and then on the right hand side I have a someday maybe list. If you're familiar with David Allen's Getting Things Done, this is a place to put tasks that you might want to do in the future, but you haven't fully committed to it. You're not ready to put it down in your calendar yet. So it's just a place to hold some of those kind of long-term goals. I was so happy to be able to use these stickers because they have been in my collection for years at this point. I don't even know where I got them from. They don't have a name of a store on them. They were just a small little sampler that I must have received with an order a long time ago. I used these stickers to create a border for the title for this spread, which is my sticker kits spread, where I list all of the current sticker kits that I own. And then on the opposite side, I'm putting in some planner related stickers for my list of Happy Mail. And the final spread here for my initial setup is my YouTube video ideas and my YouTube video tracker. So on the right hand side I have 3 stickers: record, edit, and upload, and that is my YouTube video checklist. So I like to track where different videos are. Have I recorded them? Have I edited them? Or have I uploaded them? And that is where I'm going to be listing those videos. And on the left hand side I just have video ideas, things that I would like to record in the future. If you have any video ideas that you'd like to see on this channel, please feel free to leave it in the comments section down below. But I wanted to add a decorative element to this spread, so I added little red dots along the border, and that's consistent with my other spreads as well. You saw that I added dots everywhere. This is the point when I go back and I try to address any of the spreads that I've been putting off, either because they were too difficult or because I hadn't fully committed to the design layout yet. So I went back to my travel related spread, and on the left hand side I wrote down things to do in Boston because I'm interested in writing down any recommendations that I get about our new city. And then on the right hand side I took some of these stickers again that have been hanging around my sticker collection for quite some time. They are beach themed, and I use that as a border for my travel miles page, and that's where I write down the numbers for our loyalty clubs for different airlines, because we do travel a lot, so we tend to be in the different airline clubs. So I want to make sure that I have a place where I can readily access our mileage club account numbers. After adding decorative dots to this spread as well, I am officially done with the initial setup of this bullet journal, and now here's a quick flip through of how it looked.